Soybeans occupy a unique and increasingly controversial position in the modern food system because they sit at the intersection of traditional nutrition and extreme industrial manipulation. In their whole or traditionally prepared forms, soybeans have been consumed for centuries as a source of plant protein, fiber, minerals, and bioactive compounds. Foods such as tofu, tempeh, miso, natto, and edamame retain much of the soybean's original structure and are produced through soaking, cooking, and fermentation rather than chemical extraction. The problem is not soy itself, but how easily it is stripped down, isolated, and rebuilt into components that function as industrial inputs rather than whole foods. Modern processing pushes soy far beyond simple refinement and firmly into the ultra-processed category. One of the most concerning transformations is the production of soybean oil. To extract oil efficiently, soybeans are typically crushed, heated, and treated with chemical solvents such as hexane. The resulting oil is then refined, bleached, and deodorized to remove odors, colors, and impurities, leaving a product that is visually neutral but nutritionally altered. Soybean oil is extremely high in omega-6 polyunsaturated fats, and its widespread use in packaged foods and restaurant frying dramatically skews dietary fat balance. Excessive omega-6 intake relative to omega-3s is strongly associated with chronic inflammation, which underlies cardiovascular disease, metabolic dysfunction, and inflammatory conditions. Additionally, soybean oil is highly prone to oxidation during processing and cooking, generating harmful lipid byproducts that place oxidative stress on the body. Soy protein isolate represents another major step away from whole food nutrition. To create it, defatted soy flakes are washed in alkaline solutions, precipitated with acids, and dried into a concentrated protein powder. This process removes fiber, healthy fats, and many naturally occurring phytochemicals, leaving behind a highly refined protein fraction. While this isolate is efficient and cheap, it behaves very differently from protein in whole soy foods. It is rapidly digested, lacks the buffering effects of fiber and fat, and is often combined with flavorings, sweeteners, and emulsifiers to make it palatable. This makes soy protein isolate a staple in protein bars, powders, meal replacements, and processed foods that emphasize protein content while ignoring overall food quality. Textured vegetable protein and other soy-based meat analogs further illustrate how soy becomes an ultra-processed substrate. TVP is made by extruding soy protein under high heat and pressure, altering its structure to mimic the texture of meat. While this may appear innovative or environmentally friendly, the process fundamentally changes how the protein interacts with digestion and metabolism. These products are rarely just soy. They often contain refined oils, starches, flavor enhancers, colorants, and binding agents to simulate taste and mouthfeel. The final product may be high in protein but is often low in micronutrients and high in sodium, making it nutritionally unbalanced despite its plant-based image. Processed soy-based dairy alternatives present similar concerns. Soy milk, yogurts, and cheeses sold in cartons and tubs frequently rely on soy protein isolates or highly refined soy fractions rather than whole soybeans. Stabilizers, gums, sweeteners, and fortification blends are added to replicate the texture and nutritional profile of dairy. While fortification can replace certain vitamins, it does not restore the original food matrix. These products may appear wholesome, but their ultra-processing means they behave more like engineered beverages or spreads than traditional foods. Another warning often overlooked is how soy's mild flavor and functional properties make it ideal for hidden inclusion in ultra-processed foods. Soy derivatives act as emulsifiers, fillers, and protein boosters in countless products, from baked goods to frozen meals. This makes soy nearly invisible in the diet while increasing exposure to refined oils, isolated proteins, and industrial additives. Consumers may unknowingly consume soy multiple times a day without ever eating an actual soybean. There are also broader concerns linked to the scale and purpose of modern soy production. Much of the global soybean crop is genetically modified and grown for industrial uses rather than direct human nutrition. This encourages monoculture farming, heavy pesticide use, and a supply chain optimized for extraction rather than food quality. While these factors are not inherent to soy itself, they reinforce its role as an industrial commodity rather than a traditional food. The key warning with soy is that its health impact depends almost entirely on form and processing. Whole and fermented soy foods maintain structural integrity, slow digestion, and offer a balanced nutrient profile. Ultra-processed soy products, on the other hand, deliver isolated fats and proteins stripped of their natural context and combined with additives designed to maximize shelf life and palatability. These products can easily dominate plant-based and healthy diets, creating an illusion of nutritional adequacy while contributing to inflammation, sodium overload, and metabolic stress. Soy's transformation into ultra-processed food is not accidental. It is the result of its extraordinary chemical flexibility and economic value. Without careful attention, soy shifts from a traditional, protein-rich legume into a highly engineered ingredient that functions primarily as a vehicle for industrial fats, additives, and marketing claims. Understanding this distinction is essential for avoiding the unintended health consequences of relying too heavily on ultra-processed soy in the modern diet.